chapter 22. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent man seeth the evil and hideth himself, but the thoughtless pass on and are punished. The reward of humility is the fear of the Lord, even riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that keeps his soul holds himself far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. He that sows iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his wrath shall fail. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scorner, and contention will go out. Yes, strife and shame will cease. He that loves pureness of heart, that hath grace in his lips, the king shall be his friend. The eyes of the Lord preserve him that hath knowledge, but he overthroweth the words of the faithless man. The sluggard saith, There is a lion without, I shall be slain in the streets. The mouth of the strange woman is a deep pit. He that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein. Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. One may oppress the poor, yet will their gain increase. One may give to the rich, yet will want come. Incline your ear, and hear the words of the wise. Apply your heart unto my knowledge, for it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. Let them be established altogether upon your lips, that your trust may be in the Lord. I have made them known to you this day, even you. Have not I written unto you excellent things of counsels and knowledge, that I might make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you might bring back words of truth to them that send you? Rob not the weak, because he is weak, neither crush the poor in the gate, for the Lord will please their cause, and despoil of life those that despoil them. Make no friendship with a man that is given to anger, and with a wrathful man you shall not go, lest you learn his ways, and get a snare to your soul. Be you not of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties of debt. If you have not wherewith to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Remove not the ancient landmark, which your fathers have set. Seest you a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. Yeah, we're picking up these Proverbs again. These little sayings that give us some understanding. We can use them as we go. We'll use them as we go. As we sit here and listen and learn the lessons in this speech or this book we have here from Solomon to his sons or his son. And we are going to be privy to the information. We're going to be allowed to listen to the conversation. It was in the form of an open letter. And that those words that are spoken openly, as we'll see. Verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. And it's a good name, that Shem, that one that gives us our presence without us actually being there. That's what it represents, is our presence without it being there. When the name is spoke, or our presence actually comes right there in the matter, because people relate that with that which we have put forth into the earth. And that's rather to be chosen than great riches. Than to have a lot of wealth, it's better to have those that speak in a favorable way than those that speak in a non-favorable way. And loving favor rather than silver and gold. And that's what I'm talking about, that loving favor. Good favor rather than silver and gold. It's better than the wealth of the world, because we're going to find a lot of times if you get down, you're going to have plenty of help. 2, the rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. The rich and the poor. See how they meet together, or they join together? They're opposites. The rich, the poor. Hot, cold, light, dark. See how it works? The Lord, everything there is, there's an equal and there's an opposite. And they meet together because, see, the Lord made everything. And when he made the good, he got the bad. And it's an automatic thing. 3. A prudent man sees the evil and hides himself, but the thoughtless pass on and are punished. A prudent man, a man that considers his ways, understand man, a man of thought, a man who has the ability, its intelligence is what it is, the word is arum, and it's crafty, sly, sensible, got a little bit of intelligence, using his knowledge, using his wisdom that he's gained along the path of life. He's got some experience. He's probably been robbed before. But the ones that don't know no better, the thoughtless, they just go on, and they're punished because they don't heed the words of warning. Those that try to warn. 4. The reward of humility is the fear of the Lord, even riches and honor and life. But the reward of humility, the reward of the humble is this fear of the Lord, that presence of the Lord. That's that holy name, Hashem, the name that gives us our understanding of what we're talking about. We're talking about this law, this one that has it inside. He has that fear. He has the presence. He gets riches, honor, and life. And it's so much more, though, in knowledge than it is this physical most of the time. 5. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that keeps his soul holds himself far from them. But thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. Thorns is just something that's going to prick you, cause you a little pain, give you some trouble. Sometimes we get in pain, we don't really realize that's what it is. We think it's trouble. But what we're doing is we're feeling the pain of the affliction. This is the thorns, these are the snares, and they're in the way of the froward. Those that have gone astray, those that have transgressed the law, is exactly what it is. And that pain, that trouble you're having, you got to start recognizing it as pain, because if you're alive, you can feel the pain, and that's what we're really talking about, that pain. Can you feel it? The one that keeps his soul holds himself far from them. This trouble that they're in, because we're going to find out, we're even able to feel their pain. 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now train up a child in the way. Teach him the law, the ordinances, and the statutes that the Lord gave us from the beginning, and let him go that way. And even when he's old, he's not going to depart from it. You want a better tomorrow, you got to start putting in the difference today. And teach your children. It's a commandment. 7. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the leader. The rich ruleth over the poor, and they don't rule so much as they think they do. They use this money as probably in ways that it was not originally intended, but nonetheless, the only one who really rules is the Lord. And the borrower is servant to the lender, though, because when you get yourself in debt, you got to pay what you've said you would pay. And that's just the only thing there, is where you make yourself subservient to debt. It's not a good thing. The Lord wants you to be the head, not the tail. And that would be the wealth, the true wealth. We ain't talking about money. 8. He that soweth iniquity will reap vanity, and the rod of his wrath shall fail. Because the one that sows iniquity sows perversion, sows discontent, understanding it don't do no good. He's going to reap vanity. He's going to get nothing from it. That's just the way it works. I mean, it's all a lie. It's all a bunch of emptiness. And the rod of his wrath shall fail. There's no correction that he thought he could correct with his anger and ruling, his overbearing rule. we'll find out it don't work. 9. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Now, this one who has a bountiful eye, he knows he's going to prosper. And that is not a question. He's got these perceptions already in place. He gives his bread to the poor. Why? Because he knows where it comes from. He knows he's going to get more. 10. Cast out the scorner, and contention will go out. Yes, strife and shame will cease. Cast out that scorner. That's that one that's going to speak arrogantly. He's always got all the answers, but unfortunately none of us can get any of them. Contention will go out. Strife, shame will cease. All this problems will go away. We'll find out you got the ability to stand up for yourself. Take charge of your own life. You are responsible for yourself. The Lord made you responsible when He gave you the law. He gave you His ordinances, and He gave you His statutes, and He said, do these things. You became responsible that day. You became a servant of the Lord. Or we can simply say one He decided to instruct correctly. Not so much as a servant as a son or a child of. 11. He that loves pureness of heart, that hath grace in his lips, the king shall be his friend. And this one that loves pureness, he loves that which is right. He loves that which is correct, and understanding that heart in the midst of it all. There's got to be some righteousness and goodness and grace, mercy that has in his lips. And these things, these works, it's the law. The king shall be his friend. That's who the king's going to buddy out. It's what's going to do him the most good. If he's one who's wise, we'll find out. Just the word king doesn't give you any wisdom. It's not that you can't inherit. You can inherit the crown, you can inherit the throne, but you cannot inherit wisdom. That comes from the Lord, my friends. The eyes of the Lord preserve him that hath knowledge, but he overthroweth the words of the faithless man. The eyes of the Lord preserve him that hath knowledge. And if you got some understanding, these eyes, the perceptions, that's what the Lord already knows. He knows what's going to happen. He spoke the word because he knew it's going to meet you down the road. And he overthrows the words of the faithless man, these words that don't have no faith. Why? Just an example of what the Lord said. 13. The sluggard said, there's a lion without. I shall be slain in the streets. There's that lazy guy. He don't want to go outside now because there's a lion out there. Something's going to tear him up. Something's going to destroy him. Something's going to get him. He says, I shall be slain in the streets. I shall die out there. Yeah, but it's a slow process. It won't happen in just a moment. It would be well to meet the lion, but the lion here is the thoughts of terror, thoughts of fear and terror outside, and keeps him from doing anything. And there's those that want to keep a person in fear, keep you in terror, but we'll find the Lord give you the strength. The Lord gives you some knowledge. He gives you every instruction you're ever going to need. And all you have to do is apply that wisdom. 14. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit, and he that abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein. And the mouth of a strange woman, that's that pleasantness from men, that strange pleasantness from men. I ain't doing you no good. It's all pretty and beautiful, but one thing it's just a deep pit. It's a hole to hell. It don't lead nowhere. Now you can fall in it, because all those that are abhorred of the Lord shall. But the Lord don't want you in it. That's why He put the ordinances and statutes on your heart, and you can feel. You have feelings. 15. Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. Foolishness is bound up. And what it is, it's just a lack of experience. The child wants to experience these things. But this rod of correction, not to beat the child, that does no good. You want somebody to beat on you? It's a really simple no-brainer to figure out. You don't want nobody beating on you. Don't beat on anybody else. The rod of correction we're talking about here is that staff that of life. that staff of correction that the Lord give us, that he uses upon us, the motions, the feelings of the child, and the law that the Lord put upon it. 16. One may oppress the poor, yet will their gain increase. One may give to the rich, yet will want come. And one may oppress the poor. You can mash down, try to keep them ignorant, but unfortunately we'll find out the Lord controls everything. He's got a hand in all works. You may give to the rich. We'll find out there's no good going to come from it. No good going to come from it. There's no value there. There's no gain of effort. 17. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply the heart unto my knowledge. Incline your ear. Listen up. Hear these words of wisdom, that which is worked the law. Apply your heart unto my knowledge. Put this knowledge in the midst of you. Put it within you. Keep it, as we'll see in just a minute. 18. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. Let them be established altogether upon your lips. It is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you, and these words are going to be the laws and the ordinances and statutes of the Lord. Let them be established altogether upon your lips. Let these be the words. Go forth and live this, do this. 19. That your trust may be in the Lord. I have made them known to you this day, even to you. That your trust may be in the Lord. That's where you may have your hope. Because the Lord's the one. He's going to take care of it. He's got everything under control. This is his creation. This is his thing. And he's teaching everybody a lesson. Everybody's in their way. Everybody's in their turn somewhere. Don't think they ain't. I made them known to you this day. You know what the law is, even to you. And that's where we get this one who's he's allowed to overhear. He's allowed to hear the conversation, the one we're speaking to, and the one who's standing nearby. 20. Have not I written unto you excellent things of counsels and knowledge? Have I not written unto you excellent things of... And this letter... is a letter of instruction, a letter of knowledge, a letter of witness to let you know that, see, you've been told. You've been told. Some people haven't. 21. That I might make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you might bring back words of truth to them that send you. Because somebody sent you, and you're looking for it. You're looking for that which you haven't found. The words of truth, they're written in here somewhere. We're searching for them. And that we might bring them back to those that sent us. Those that sent. And we're sent forth by those that have nothing. We were sent to bring back some substance that they might give. But we'll find out. The Lord said in the beginning, you don't got to send nobody. You ain't got to send nobody to go get it. I put it on your heart. Put it on your soul. I wrote it inside of you. And when you hear it, they'll bear witness of me. 22. Rob not the weak, because he's weak. Neither crush the poor in the gate. Don't rob the weak. Don't take advantage of those that are unable. They struggle. Don't crush the poor in the gate by your judgments. And just because they're poor, the case ain't decided yet. 23. For the Lord will plead their cause, and despoil of life those that despoil them. Because the Lord will plead their cause, my friend. He is the justice behind it all. And despoil of life. That's where you don't want to find yourself. Despoiled. It's that word, King James Version just says spoil. The word is kabah, and it's to rob. And that's to take away. You won't have it anymore. It's a very simple thing. And that's what happens to those that do these things. It's an automatic thing. See, there's an opposite and an equal for all things. It's called the ramification of action. 24. Make no friendship with a man that is given to anger, and with a wrathful man you shall not go. Make no friendship with a man that is given to anger. That's to always choose that way. Anger is our first choice. It should be your last. And with this wrathful man you shall not go. Don't hang out with him. Don't associate yourself. We'll find out if you are that man, you need to change because you're hanging out with him. You're hanging out with yourself. And that's not a good thing to do. Lest you learn his ways and get a snare to your soul. Because if you learn his ways, if you become like him, it's a snare to your soul. If you are him, it's a snare in your soul. You got it, and that's just a little problem. Nothing you can't clip, nothing you can't come out of with a little bit of understanding. Use some common sense. The Lord will give it to you. You can change it. You have the ability. 26. Be you not of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties for debts. Don't be like those others that make covenants. To say this is going to get you out of it. That's not going to get you out of it, my friend. Don't be like those that are sureties of debts, that's going to take responsibility for something you've done. Or something. Don't be one that takes responsibility for something else somebody's done. See, that's the whole off thing of it. You'll be responsible for your own. Be responsible for yourself. 27. If you have not wherewith to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Because if you don't have nothing to pay with, why should you lose everything you've got? 28. Remove not the ancient landmark which your fathers have set. Don't take up those things which your fathers have set. These ancient landmarks, those things that you don't know is going to stand. They're going to stand the test of time. The greatest one is Zion, that parched place, that post, that marker. It's got the law wrote on it. That's the big one. And we can see and we know that sooner or later this goes around, it comes around, it goes around. See that? And sooner or later the Lord calls us to rest with understanding and knowledge. 29. See you a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. See that guy? Yeah, he's steadfast. He's in a mission. He's got something to do. He's headed to go stand before kings. He's headed to stand before the rulers of the earth. He's got a mission. He ain't going to stand before the obscure. The word is kashach. And it's the insignificant or the lowly. It's the dark. It's those of darkness. Those that have been, that don't get it. He's got business to do. He's moving on. He's got other people to talk to. Those that do get it. Those that listen. Moving forward. Proverbs 23. Turn and return.